Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How are you all doing today? So today is April the 22nd, and we're going to talk about Bitcoin very briefly to give you guys an update on where we stand and what it's certainly looking like right now. So coin market cap, we're still at about $395 billion. Most coins are trending green all across the board, with Monero almost hitting double digits. Bitcoin private, interesting. I never noticed that before. 20% up today. Bitcoin Diamond. Wow, all of these Bitcoin type of coins, spin-offs. Eternity, 23%. Golem, iOS token. Not bad. Some coins are actually hitting double-digit greens today. Bitcoin is one of those coins that is still going sideways. Historical data. We're seeing Bitcoin really lose 24-hour volume, guys. Tremendously. 7 billion, 8.4 billion, 7.5 billion, 6.5 billion. So how is it looking thus far with Bitcoin right now? We look on the daily chart and we see that the daily chart is definitely looking like doji candles, right? This could almost be profit taking time for some people. These do not look like inside bar candles that are forming. Looks more like indecision doji candles that are actually forming right now. According to Brown Constant's RSI rule, we have actually hit the RSI resistance at around 60 right now, right? Interesting day for Bitcoin thus far. According to Elliott Wave, I still see 5 waves that have pretty much formed already, especially on the daily chart right here, right? Broke above the, excuse me there, sorry. We broke above the 200 moving average, but sustaining it usually doesn't happen the first time. Sustaining it usually happens after we fall back below between, say, the 55 and the 200 moving average, and then we end up breaking above it. So I'm still fairly bearish right now until proven otherwise. So today we broke above the 89.50 range, but even though we broke above it, we couldn't break above the 9,067 range. And because we couldn't break above the 9,067 range, I still maintain my bearish stance right now for the short term. So let's take a look at the 4-hour chart to see how this is trending thus far. We see that the MACD crossover has officially happened already on the 4-hour chart, where we're getting a series of a lower high on the histogram. And the histogram has certainly and finally moved over to the negative side. That could be warrant for concern. So we see on a closer detail in the 4-hour chart that in the past 4 hours, we were getting an indecision doji candle here. We were getting a shooting star prior to that as well, and we got this massive shooting star type of candle, followed by an indecision doji candle that is about to form. So we take a look on the 3-hour chart as well. We see this right here, a shooting star, followed by kind of like a hammer, but a more of a bearish hammer because of the position that it's in and the long wick. We get another bearish spinning top right here with another bearish spinning top right here on candle 3 of the red coming down. We are finally, for the first time, getting the body of the candle in between the 8 moving average, which can signal that, hey, we can't sustain heavily above the 8 moving average anymore. And we are also getting a candle that rejects the 8 EMA. So am I seeing a lot of bullish pressure? Somewhat, but also seeing more bearish pressure. I see the bullish pressure in terms of these long wicks, but bears shut them down. Bulls attempt to push it up, shut down. Bears attempt to push it up, shut down. And remember earlier, I was talking about the around like right here, around this range, 89.50 range, right? You know, you might want to consider or keep an eye on that right there, right? Where if it broke above it, but the true break would have been around right there, the 9,067 range. So I was saying that this could be forming some sort of an ascending triangle, and you never know. This could still be forming an ascending triangle, so we still have to make sure that we're mindful of the fact that there are always two cases of both bullish and bearish. So until we actually break out of here right now, I've got no choice but to assume that it could go either way for now. I'm kind of 50-50 because it hasn't actually broken down for the day quite yet, right? So because it hasn't broken down for the day quite yet, I still have to maintain I guess I'm more bearish, I have to admit, but I'm more like neutral bearish right now, right? So until it actually breaks outside of this triangle, got nothing but to assume that, hey, it can go one or the other, either way. But it's a 2-hour chart where I'm more so using it as, same thing right here, right? I'm just going to annotate this, a break. Keep an eye. It's the same thing as last time, guys. Like, it's honestly the exact same thing. So I'm not really wanting to annotate all of this. Keep an eye on 89.50. Keep an eye on 89.50. But the real break is between, it's over here, right? So the resistance to me is still right around here, like the 9,200 range, right? So a break above 9,067, which can rally to 9,200 to 9,300 ranges, the next resistance point. So that's kind of how I'm seeing it right now. Though a break outside of this triangle, triangle, firstly test the 8616 range. I think that was it, if my memory serves me right. 8616, which was this candle right there, I think. Yeah, 8616, nailed it. So that's kind of how I'm seeing it right now. Got no other choice, guys. And we're also going to do a candlestick analysis, okay? We're just going to do a very quick candlestick analysis. I'll keep this actually very short. I'm just copying and pasting this right now. They work incredibly fast. So just give me a second here. All right. Okay. So if we look at the moving average, actually, oops. If we look at the moving average, check this out, okay? Check out this moving average on the 15-minute chart, right? What we're noticing on the 15-minute chart is that it's actually trending below the 200 moving average now, okay? It's trending below it, and it's having a really, really tough time breaking it, actually, which is kind of concerning to me, because if it can't even stay above a reasonable moving average on a low time frame, well, on a high time frame, I don't think it's going to end up holding it in general, right? Usually what ends up happening is it'll test a region, okay? It'll test a region on a low time frame, and then it'll cascade over to a higher time frame. Now, don't get me wrong, this is, it could very well go one or the other way, and right now it's hard to evaluate because of this sideways trend that we have. I mean, this is probably a channel that it's making here right now as well. So it could very well bounce off of here and then, make its way up to the 9,200 ranges as well right now. But this is almost like grasping on straws if we wanted to call this a channel, right? Because we would consider that some bull trapped regions, perhaps like this right here, right? So it's kind of like grasping on straws, in my personal opinion, right now. I don't think this is even an acceptable type of channel, but we do see it kind of trend just like that right now. And it's almost hard to deny that right now, right? So I still stand by my technical analysis of that it could possibly reach the lower support ranges, which I'm basically just going to copy and paste from my old chart and analysis over there. So yeah, I just want to give you guys a super quick update, right? Like, yeah, sure, we're seeing it bearishly diverge here, right? But you know what? Like, one thing that's kind of worrying me, if I were to take a look at it, is this kind of pattern right here on a 45-minute chart, right? Which is kind of like a descending triangle, where we're not really getting a series of a higher high. In fact, we're getting a series of kind of like a descending triangle, exactly how it's looking right now. So that kind of is grounds for concern as well. Other than that, 2-hour chart, it's so sideways, guys. I mean, we've been sideways for 36 hours now. So until there's actually movement one way or another, how could we even guess which ways it's going to go, right? All that we can do is stay fairly neutral right now and just wait for different signs that it's going to possibly give us. I mean, we do see this crossover happen already, where it did go to the negative side on the histogram and on the 4-hour chart as well. It actually did go to, the negative side as well, which is kind of grounds for concern here. think a lot of people are actually going to be waiting for the daily chart. It's not that oversold or overbought right now, right? It's more so neutral territory. But if we look on some time frames, like the 1 hour time frame, according to Brown Constant's RSI rule, it's in very much so neutral territory right now, other than that one spike upwards. So as much as I'd like to give you guys more of an update, there's not much of an update to give, guys. It's completely neutral territory until we actually break either this high right here, 9069 or whatever, or until we break this channel or a descending triangle or ascending triangle, whatever you want to call it. That's where we're actually going to have a lot more info. So right now, best thing to do is just stay on the sidelines. That's exactly what I am doing, guys. So I will catch you guys up in a little bit, and when there's more of an update, we'll go from there. So have yourselves a great day. Just want to give you guys a quick 10-minute update. If you guys love these short videos that I'm making, let me know in the comment below. Other than that, please upvote the content on Steam It. I always appreciate the love and the support on there. So have a great day, and I'll give you guys more of an update when there's more news. Take it easy.